I don't know if silver people, like the physical silver people, are going to hate this. Maybe I'm going to say this, but, well, everything's a risk. Even when you hold physical silver, it's a risk. You know, I am mainly in physical silver, so I want to get to that. And I want to point out something right from the get go. Back in 1979, when silver had that explosive blow off top, there was two other metals did about the same gains percentage wise as silver, and that was platinum and palladium. So, you could be in any one of those three. But I think, I've been watching this tonight a little bit. Silver's going down. Now, if you don't want to watch this, I don't know. Let me just get on with this thing real quick here. But it looks like Euro news obviously has a lot of effect on silver because the general economy, all this garbage that's going on. In a note to clients, Commerce Bank said that there's an additional scope for correction in precious metals, but the correction is likely to be temporary. Gold and silver started the year strong, and this correction is seen as a healthy consolidation period. Year to date, silver is still the best performing asset, with platinum close behind. And, that's year to date. If you pick your time period, depends. But the whole game is to buy it low, sell it high. Yeah, hopefully I know that game. Anyway, Netherlands calls to replace euro. The same old thing again. This guy has been in the news. You know what? You could blame him partly on screwing up silver tonight. The populist Geert Wilders called Monday for a national referendum on abandoning the euro and reintroducing the guilder. You shut this guy up, silver go up. No, I don't know. He's an influence anyway. The move is a significant change in one of the Eurozone countries that retains a top-notch credit rating. With the guilder, the Netherlands would be the master of its own money again. Well, it's still fiat, so whatever. What's the difference? I don't know why this guy... All these guys that knock the euro and everything's a problem, they're knocking down silver. So, another thing, the European Central Bank, this I found pretty important. I don't like this. That's why... But you never know. Silver's an insane metal. And I'm going to point out one reason I got AGQ, because I'm not sure where it's going. And you're thinking, why the hell am I getting double leverage? I want to show you something, how this fund works. And like I said, it's when you get a gain, reel that fish in. That's the whole game. But let me show you. I'll get to that in a second, though. This kind of tells me something, though, right here, big time. This is a brand new story, March 5th, 2012. The European Central Bank is likely to signal on Thursday, in other words, a change in news from just before, like they're pumping them all kinds of money. Now they're going to signal on Thursday, a few days from now, that it has done all it intends to do to right the Eurozone crisis, putting the onus back on governments after cutting interest rates and flooding the market with cash in recent months. Putting the onus back on governments, which means less spending. So a downturn in the economy. That tells me that's bad for silver. Now, here's the euro, right? Here's the big hit again on February 29th, right? Corresponds with silver hit, which, was Bernanke's statements. Let's leave him out of it, though. You know what I mean? If one guy can open his mouth, is he really, you could say anything you want. I mean, people were expecting maybe he was going to say QE, so it changed, But let's really just say which way are the markets going to go. I am kind of uncertain, to tell you the truth, but I think silver is going to have more of a correction period, and it might go down for March. But since it's an insane metal, it could pop up on a couple of days too. That's just the way silver is. But, you're looking at what's going on in the euro crisis. If you got problems with the euro, more than likely the metals complex might have a little problem. And there seems to be some kind of decent enough correlation. So it's good to watch the euro news to see what's going to happen. Now, I want to point out something about AGQ. The red line is SLV. Okay, this is going all the way back to November... December 5th, 2011. So the SLV was 3105. I don't know, silver spot might have been just a little higher than that, but let's say it was 31.05. So say you held this thing, and here it tanked, right? You know, SLV was 20. Well, silver might have been like 27 something. SLV was 26, 27. So it tanked, right? It dropped a lot. Now look what happened to AGQ. It tanked a lot worse. Now if you have this and you're really like holding this fund, yeah, it erodes, right? But what happens even back here, right? Say the spot price went up a couple bucks. It was back here, it was say 30, well, it's SLV, so just like add $1 to it or whatever. Say it's 31.05, so it's just make believe it's just 31.05. SLV went up to 34, so it went up a few bucks. But AGQ actually outperformed it a little bit, even over a few months. But if you nailed it, you know, what I would do is I would look at the spot price of silver from the time you got AGQ. Yes, it is better to pick a low point. But if you screw up with this fund and you hold it, though, it's not as bad as USLV. Because actually, if you held this fund USLV this whole time, unless you bought it down here at the bottom, you'd be screwed. you'd have been better off doing SLV. So I'm not too scared of double leverage. Triple leverage, yes, I think I'd like to get the hell rid of that stuff pretty fast. You got to gain, get the hell out of that damn fund. Unless you know, you think you got the bottom, and you know you're almost better off trading in and out of the USLV. But that's one thing. That's one reason I have AGQ, even though I am not sure which way silver's going to go. But if it takes a pop up, and you know it's an insane metal, if it takes a pop up anytime within the next week or two, you know, even though I think the basic trend might be down, I'm getting rid of it. And I got rid of some of Sprott's fund because I really should have got rid of it when it popped up here. But I'm thinking silver is going to take a hit. And I'm kind of agreeing with some of these things, and I'm a little worried about that story for March 23rd and a couple other things Mark Faber said about the metals. But, you know, some of these people talking, you know, this is a little, I know you can pick out all kinds of stories, pro and con, but it looks like the reality is it was this one statement about, not this guy, Gert Wilders, this is a bunch of garbage, but about the European Central Bank not putting any more cash out there to the other banks to prop up this system and all this type of stuff. There could be another crisis coming up, say March 20th to March 23rd, and maybe if they do a default, I don't know. I don't think they will, but I think there's going to be a little more drama news out there that might take the hit on the metals this March. But since this is an insane metal, it could pop up one day and everybody be cheering it's on its way up. Guess what? Goodbye AGQ. I am staying mostly in cash, I think, because I think there may be a pullback. And if I see some kind of catastrophic news coming out, like today, there's another bunch of garbage going on, I will do triple short for a couple hours or whatever the hell it is to take whatever the heck I can get.